What is up, guys? Today we have a full review of the ZTE Nubia V70 Max. Actually, it's a super ultra budget phone from the ZTE or Nubia company, powered with AI, of course. And for the characteristics, you have 128 gigabytes of memory installed, 6 plus 6, so actually 6 digital plus 6 regular RAM. 6.9 inches 120 Hz screen, IPS, HD only, but it's good for battery. Look at the battery, 6000 mAh battery means that with HD resolution it will last really long. 50 megapixel AI camera, 22.5 watt fast charging, Nubia AI, that's what they advertise. And actually it's based on the latest Android. It was released in 2025. February and currently still getting some updates. IP54 is a resistance level. Also in the box you have the Type-C to USB-A cable, charger 22.5 watts, so the maximum capacity charger. You have the case, protective case for free, also provided in the box, and the pin to open it. So let me just show you right now for the pin. Actually, you see here it has combined slots are separate. The SIM card is separate from two SIM cards separate from micro SD, so you can use all of them at the same time, which is really nice to have, especially an ultra budget phone. So you can use up to 512 gigabytes to install here. That's also quite nice. In addition to that, IPS screen, as I mentioned before, Android 15 Unisoc T7200 12nm octa-core processor installed here. Mali G57 MP1 GPU. Also, you have the main camera 50 megapixel, and it's just some supportive camera, I guess. I don't know how to activate even them. Maybe they're all fake. I have no idea. Actually, they don't even advertise, so I guess those two are just some fake cameras. And front camera is 8 megapixel. Also, you can record video up to 1080p. And actually 3.5 from the sides. You have on the bottom 3.5mm jack, Type-C 2.0 speaker, microphone. From right side you have power button, volume control button. On the top is nothing. From left you have the slot for SIM cards and micro SD. From the back you've got the camera. It's quite huge but looks quite modern, 50 megapixel camera. Also you have the flashlight here, and basically from the front you have such hole for the camera, quite huge chin, and the frame on the side are also not that small. So actually let's check it out. What we have, I used it already for several days, and this ZTE AI working quite well. It's called My UI, I guess. Also, let's go one by one. First, system and update. There's the current version, my OS 15.2.0.2. Let's check for updates. Actually need to connect to Wi-Fi, so let me briefly connect to Wi-Fi. Okay, so I'm connected. Your software up to date, so this is the latest version, myOS 15.0.2. And let's check it out. Let's check how it works, what you have inside. So you have a Wi-Fi here. Actually, that's how it works, working well. You can scan QR code, and doesn't support Wi-Fi 6, only Wi-Fi 5. More settings, so turn on Wi-Fi automatically, notify for public networks, allow VIP protocols and Wi-Fi direct here, safe networks and Wi-Fi data usage, that's what you can find here. Bluetooth, just regular Bluetooth 5.2, nothing special, just Bluetooth. Mobile network, so I didn't install the SIM cards, but you have personal hotspots, SIM card settings, calling accounts, data saver and airplane mode. Connected devices. So NFC is supported, so you can use the Google Pay. That's quite convenient that you have it in such budget phone. That phone I bought it for around $80, which is insanely cheap. You have all this Play Store or other Google services and works well. SIM and personalization here. wallpaper, app icon, daily wallpaper, lock screen settings. At this point you can select the lock screen, actually how it will looks like. You have many different options. Of course there's no always on as it is a IPS screen, but working well. And animation speed can be selected, fast, modern or slow, color and shape, plus fonts. Home screen, so you have the regular home screen option, Z-board, that's actually from ZTE recommended news and services, looks like this. I don't know whether you need it, I guess no. You can disable these options very easily. Display, so the maximum brightness, I guess it's more than enough. Of course, if you change the angle, you don't see that well, but in general, for IPS screen, it's not bad for its price, $80. Automatic brightness available. Also, keep screen on while looking. Screen refresh rate can be selected, 60, 90, 120. Top area settings, so you can hide the status bar this way. It will be like not visible, or keep it like this and it will be notch-less display, how they call it. Full screen display for different apps, notification status bar, sound and vibration. So let's check the sound. So it's just mono speaker, one speaker from here. Why it's like this? Have actually the sound quality is acceptable for this price. It's not perfect, but working well. Also, you have some settings to improve it. Smart selection of DTS. I don't know whether it will help, but I guess not really. If you have the cheap speaker here, of course it will not work that perfect as a more expensive device, but for such device it's quite loud actually, and I think it's enough. Features, system navigation can be selected regular two ways as everywhere. Let's put the gestures here. Record screen, app duplicator, live island. You have similar to iOS island here. Also supported multi-edge mistouch, mistouch prevention, gesture motion, schedule power on off, wake up Google Assistant. So actually just some additional features. Apps I will not cover, you can remove I think some stock apps installed here. Storage, so as you see, free uses 22.7. I just install it and just reset all the settings. Also extended RAM is 6 GB, other system data is also 3 GB. Actually that's what you need for system operation. Battery life is good, especially it's HD. Here screen, of course if you lower it to 90 Hz it will be even better. And 6000 mAh battery, so it will be more than enough for really long time. And the battery, I guess it will be enough for around 10 hours. The screen is 12 nanometer, as you see it remains 35, but at least I guess with a new phone up to 10 hours of screen, it's insane. It's really nice and good characteristic. Also depends how you load it, of course, but I guess 8-10 hours can be reached easily on this phone. Location, so it's just permissions, digital well-being, Google, and about the phone. About the phone already showed to you, so actually that's how characteristics looks like. The My UI is quite fast as it's taken into account this 12 nanometer display. All the stock apps actually are Google apps. That's also quite nice. They will be updated longer. The camera, so let's check it out. You have the video mode, the eye camera, how they call it. So for video mode, you have full HD maximum here. Also some other settings. I will not microphone switch, face detect, anti-bending, white balance level. Just very regular settings. Also let's allow this one. So let's test drive the video. 1, 2, 3, test of the video camera and sound. So let's move, let's check the autofocus here. Okay, working quite well. Actually no issues with autofocus, the zoom, so you can do up to 10x zoom. Of course, the quality is not that good in this point, but it's still okay. Focus working, stabilization, so I shake it hard. I don't know how it works. Let's see later. So the video is here. Let me just fastly evaluate it. 1, 2, 3. Test of the video camera and sound. So let's move. Let's check the autofocus here. Okay. Working quite well. Actually, for a cheap phone, it works well, I can tell you. You have the portrait mode, 50 megapixel mode and more. Pro mode, panorama, refocus, QR code, reader, time-lapse and night. Of course, mainly you will use just eye camera, how they call it. HDR in auto, flashlight also available, and some other settings. I will just smile, shutter, anti-bending, eye, stand recognition, touch in photography, auto sky, Google Lens. Okay, let's try it out. Let's make the photo of the package here. So as you see, actually it's also, yeah, it's visible that the quality is not that good. You see here on the top. But AI working quite well, and actually it's a bit improving the photos, and the light conditions are not perfect, but for regular photos I think it should be good. So let's try some focus here for some text. Let's try to make this text from here like that, and let's make a photo. Okay, so text is actually quite readable and the quality is not bad. So for the camera, I don't think it's bad. Also, you have the front camera here. I can make some photos. It's 8 megapixel camera. Actually, also not really bad and working quite well. I don't think it's a problem for video calls and others. It's more than enough to use it. Also for making selfies, of course. And actually working well. The speaker is nice. The microphone, I checked it out during the calls, is just very regular. And for such price, that's actually one of the best choice, $80 here. And in case you have some questions, just leave it in the comments below. Put the thumbs up and see you next time.